Welcome back to Nostalgic Overload Podcast, a podcast dedicated to everything 90s to 2000s, pop culture, movies, music, toys, whatever we feel like talking about, current, past. We're just two brothers.
Two brothers.
two
brothers.
Two bros hanging out. So I am your host, Weston, and this is my co-host,
Andrew.
My man.
Soundboard's great.
Soundboard's
great.
The first thing up is we do have a wrestling piece. I feel like this is like every episode, and this is a pretty big one in the wrestling world as well as the entertainment world, because Ted Turner passed away. And so do you know who that is?
Not necessarily. I watched wrestling way back, like in the early 90s, late 90s, but
Ted Turner is who ran WCW back in the day when there was the Monday Night Wars, which is Raw aired at the same time as WCW. So when you had to watch TV, you had to pick which one you're going to watch. Channel. And he's the person that ran WCW. So that's where like the Bash at the Beach, where Hulk Hogan turned heel, like all those iconic events came out of WCW, NWO for life. The whole Wolfpack thing started, where eventually everyone became NWO, but he was like a pivotal part of all that, and he invested a lot into it. And then on the next one, it talks about, so this is where you might know him from. So his name is Robert Edward Turner III, was an American businessman, television producer, media proprietor, and philanthropist. He founded CNN, the first 24-hour cable news channel, and WTBS, which pioneered the superstation concept in cable television. Turner also founded networks TNT, TBS, and Cartoon Network, and Turner Classic Movies. So yeah, Cartoon Network. So that's where he also had a hand in, is a lot of Cartoon Network stuff he was involved in. So it's just really neat to think like a guy. I mean, he lived a like long life, so it wasn't like he died like really young or anything. But he also was a passionate proponent of professional wrestling at the television product, having aired wrestling on TBS dating back to 1971, and credited wrestling with helping TBS gain a national footprint with the coming of cable television. In 1988, Turner purchased Jim Crockett Promotions, which he then rebranded as WCW, a promotion that would supersede WWF at the time in popularity during the mid-1990s. But they had a downcline where they went downhill and then were bought by WWF, which was an iconic moment because then Vince McMahon aired himself on their channel, which then you were like, well, hold on a second.
Yeah, what's going on?
Like, why is he on this channel? And he's like, I bought it.
It's mine now.
But they had like a high and a low. So, yeah. But it was just, it's cool to think like him, like part of Cartoon Network and part of wrestling, like part of our childhoods in a big way. So rest in peace to Ted Turner.
Rest easy, big dog.
Big dog.
Big dog.
My dog. All right. So the next topic up is our new segment, which is Nostalgic Overload Music Corner. So this is where we talk about music that we're listening to from current to past.
Stuff we keep going back to.
Andrew's first up.
Mine is Atreyu's new album, The End Is Not the End.
Which, what an awesome, by the way, that
album cover.
Like, what a wild, when I looked at that, I was like, for some reason, I thought the people on the ground were doing like the Nazi salute.
Yeah.
Because they're like soldiers and they got their arms up in there.
Well, but
then you got like UFOs. And,
Big Grim Reaper.
Yeah, and then a Big Grim Reaper. And I don't know, just the whole artwork is just like a lot like going on, like little ghosts flying around. But some of the songs, so I've listened to this album just a little bit for myself. I haven't really dug hardcore into it yet. Man. But you
nonstop
liking it?
I'm immersed in it.
You're immersed.
There's not a bad song on the record, honestly, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. It kind of seems like this album deals a lot with death, which is surrounding us all the time. You know what I mean?
Their one album, what was the other album that had like the song Baptized on it?
Yeah, their last album.
Dude, that was a great album.
Yeah.
Like very like mellow. This one, when I was listening to it, it gave me like nostalgic, like old school Treyu like vibes. It just had like a cool.
The riffs in it and stuff are killer.
Like more like hardcore than just kind of like mellow rock kind of.
But I'm gonna tell you now. So my buddy Chris went and saw them before this album came out. So they played a few songs off this, but not a lot of them. And he was like, dude, the frontman Brandon even said like this album's sexy. The song In the Dark is very, very good. But
I see. Okay.
In that song, there is a super sexy saxophone breakdown. Oh,
I've never heard anyone describe music as sexy.
It's sexy.
It's like making love music.
Yeah. No. I mean, someone would. No judgment here, but bang to what you want to bang to.
It's a pretty good album.
It's a very good album.
I'm gonna have to listen to it more.
Front to back, it's fantastic.
Now mine, I piggybacked. And this one's gonna take a little. If I grab it. So this is actually my Atreyu shirt, by the way, from in high school.
Yeah.
This is what inspired my first tattoo. Was this little compass right there?
Yeah.
That's where it all came from. Originated. What do you want to call it?
Its origins.
Origin story.
Yeah.
See if I can hang it. Right behind Andrew.
Yeah.
He's the leader now. But by the way, I was gonna wear this on the podcast, and I was like, oh, it probably fit. It don't fit, so I'm not wearing it on the podcast. So it's gonna have to stay behind Andrew. But
use your imaginations.
Me with the shirt on.
Sickos. You sickos.
But I tried to. I was like, it'd be pretty cool because that's the shirt that I had in high school, like in 2008. By the way, so that's a while ago. But when that shirt came out, this album was out.
Yeah.
So the album, what's it? Lead Sails Paper Anchor, which is a solid album all the way through. My favorite song on this album will be my first song hearing of a Treyu and how I first heard them on the radio was Becoming the Bull. And I remember when they played that live when I saw them in what was that, in Noblesville, and I was just like, this song is just so awesome. Like every Doomsday, Honor, Falling Down, Becoming the Bull, Lose It, Two Become One, No One Cares, Can't Happen Here, Slow Burn, Blow, Lead Sails, and Paper Anchor. The whole thing is a solid album. It came out in 2007, which was the year before I graduated high school, so it was part of my high school era. That's where my love for a Treyu first started, and then of course and this guy listened to one of their albums for months. Straight. We were just, but Atreyu is a great band. And they have I love how their sound changes over time. What your album, it reminds me of this album, kind of era. This was when they weren't what is it? Blood Mascara, right? So that's
Bleed Mascara.
Bleed Mascara. That's where they were that's really heavy,
gritty
Treyu.
Yeah.
But we finally broke the vibe of me constantly putting out rap and stuff. People probably think I don't listen to your rock, but I just like rap too. And hip hop.
And I had this conversation yesterday for a guy that does a podcast. I don't watch podcasts that often.
I watch too many podcasts.
So, but I saw a podcast with the band, Brandon and one of their guitarists. They basically wrote their newest album while they were touring. They were touring somewhere in Indonesia or something, and they stayed in Tokyo for a week.
Indonesia,
somewhere, whatever.
Some crazy place.
I don't remember what they said in the video because, again, I don't really watch podcasts. But they recorded most of their songs the first week they were in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And I was like, how dope is that? You know what I mean? To travel for work to do a tour and be like, we're gonna stop in Tokyo for a week and record. And this new album is what came out of it. It was great.
And this album right here, I mean, they're both like solid albums, and we definitely recommend listening to them. It would be pretty dope to have one of them on as a guest one day. That would be sweet.
Yeah.
Maybe not like physically, that'd be even cooler, but
Yeah.
like I get it, like, you know, when I get like attacked.
Yeah.
But something we also are going to talk about is make sure you support local, because right now, Evansville Toys and Games, I finally have gone there and seen the new place, by the way, and it is awesome. The whole store is awesome. And while I was there, I had to buy something, but I had to buy something like special, something I've been like wanting for like a long time, because it's like a childhood memory type of thing. And I bought this little guy. This is one of them. So it's the, what's it, Michelangelo, I can't talk, sewer surfer. And this thing, I remember being at my grandma's house, and like I have all the cases, so he's all complete. But just to like hold it was like, it was in a bag. So then when I opened it, I was thinking about like all the like childhood memories of my uncle used to have like his turtle hair set box, and then there's all these toys in it, and this is one of them. And I remember it just from like the colors into like just the whole thing, and like, you know, having like the little like, I don't know, the little sharks on his elbow, and this little orange. I mean, the colors on this thing are super dope, but just the whole thing. And then I had to go another step and get like one of my favorites from back then, which is the Leo Samurai. He's missing one thing, which is like the shield, but he's got a little like sword in here, or no, his sword's in his hand, but there's like a little holster, and then he's got this little like samurai thing. But when I saw this, I was just like, wow, like all the like just this just like hits like a chord in my heart, like just for like
the nostalgia
growing up. And then I made the mistake of, I've already sent something to those Toys and Games, and then I went to go see Andrew at Player 2, and the first thing I see, if I can grab it, when I walk in is, I didn't really grow up with like the Nintendo Power, so you and I have talked about this, but PlayStation Magazine was mine. But I walk in and I see the turtle Nintendo Power. Well, then I'm just like, I'm just going turtle heavy today. I guess I'm just gonna buy this too. I was like, I don't really have a plan to buy this. Yeah, it is a good price, and it has the poster inside, which is on these bad boys is important. And I think the year was 89. So it was literally a year before I was born. But it's got a TMNT huge 10-page feature for like how to play the game, and I love looking at these magazines, like from the advertisement to like just how to like play games. So that's how you learn how to beat
like strategy.
So now I'm on a new thing. Now I have a feeling, so I have a cassette holder that's sitting off to the side that we're gonna put up in the background eventually. And I think I'm gonna put an acrylic or some kind of shelving to hold these magazines. And I thought it would be cool. I just had an idea the other day where I was like, what am I gonna do with this now? Because I bought it. I didn't really have a plan for it. But what if we put like a rack holster, so we can have like WWF, like old school magazines to like Nintendo Power, PlayStation, just have them in the back. I think it'd be pretty sweet. But that was my recent pickups. So a little turtle heavy. I am not just a turtle collector, just so people know, even though people probably think that because of my background. But
there's a lot of
it's definitely now I'm on a kick, because I was actually talking to Clint, one of the owners of Player 2 and High Score, and that's another place. Be sure to support
locally.
High Score and Player 2, because they're two awesome places, because alongside with them with Toys and Games. But him and I were talking, and I didn't know this, that he was like heavy into collecting toys before opening that. So we were talking about turtle stuff, of course, because like I'm a collector and I get obsessed with something for a while, or for a long time.
Get on a kick.
I definitely get on a kick. I get on so many kicks. I don't like, I buy shoes. I do all sorts of stuff that I don't really need all the time. But I just think those two turtles though, like when I bought them, I mean, just like in the magazine, it's just like that, all that nostalgia of just like in one area. It's gonna be cool to like continue. Of course, I looked at Nintendo Powers at Evansville Toys and Games, but back to Evansville Toys and Games is the new place is super awesome, by the way. If you get a chance, if you're in the Evansville area, be sure to check them out. It is like, I think now it's the biggest in Indiana. The biggest toy store in Indiana is in our little Evansville, Indiana town.
Our little big city.
Our little big city. It's so cool. I'm so happy for Daniel and his family, and like I told him, you know, it's just crazy, dude. Your place is so awesome. You did a great job, just the way it's all organized when you walk in. It just has like a flow, like the whole place, and it's just, you know, you got all your retro stuff, your new stuff. He's gonna expand the card shop and gonna have more comics. Like, it's just, if you want to feel like you're a little kid inside of Toys R Us again, you should walk in there, because that's what it feels like. It feels like a like old school toy store. But the other places, obviously high score and player 2, as we said. Support your local places. Shout them out in the comments, or if you want to tell us about if we travel and, you know,
spots we can hit.
Check out this place, because hey, some of these places I don't know about, I'm sure, and I'll go somewhere and I've never even heard about it. But it's just cool to like, I love like places that are started by people who are just
genuinely
passionate
good people
about what they do, because it's just so awesome. Because at the end of the day, like, do something you enjoy, because that's what those people do, and their drive for doing that is what like drives me to do this. So like you were talking about not listening to podcasts, so there's a podcast, it's called Super Retro, which is what started the drive for this podcast, was seeing them, and I was immediately like hooked. So I get it, like when you're hooked on something, man, and you just want to just keep at it because you like doing it, and do what you like, you know, like it's
ride that feel good vibe.
Unless it's like cocaine off of a hooker or something, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Right, that feel good vibe.
I'm not trying to do that again.
Again. But
just kidding.
On to the next topic, which is what movies and shows are you currently watching right now? So like it could be anything old, new. We would like to hear from you guys as well. But Andrew's got to pick up, and his pick is
John Carter.
I haven't actually. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched this. I know.
You should.
I know.
You should play it.
I'm gonna have to put it. I'll play it in the background one day.
That doesn't count as watching it, but
yeah, I can't really see it. It's like a tiny little box.
It's a silly. It's a Disney movie. A lot of people don't know that. It didn't do well in theaters because of other movies that were released around the same time. But I think if they re-release this movie to theaters, dude, it'd be fantastic.
Really?
Yes.
Think so?
I almost guarantee it.
What would you give it as a rating?
What would I rate it?
1 out of 10.
I could watch this movie every day.
We should use like 1 out of 10, and it's like
100.
An emoji of like a fart emoji.
Yeah.
And like, how many farts would you give it?
Yeah. I'd give it every fart.
Every fart.
It's really good. It's basically about a Civil War veteran, John Carter. He's basically like searching for gold. He's done with the war. He's done with fighting. He's just kind of
hanging out.
He lost his wife and daughter, so he's just kind of like, I'm gonna dig for gold and become filthy rich. He ends up being transported to Mars and has no idea that for a good portion of it that he's on Mars, and it's just about. It's insane.
It like sounds like a sci-fi like thriller type of.
Yes.
Like whole like vibe going on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm kind of still trying to catch up on some stuff right now. And I'm like, that's part of my problem is there's too much at once, as we talked about last time.
Yeah.
So I will definitely give this a watch. And you already know what mine's gonna be. Have you? So have you watched it?
I haven't.
Oh man, come on.
No.
That's okay. I'm
Talk
not
about
gonna.
it.
I'm not gonna spoil anything. But
No,
my
do it.
pickup is my pickup. My pick. I am like having a hard time talking today, dude. I'm gonna cut all sorts of stuff out. My pick is Daredevil, the Born Again series, which is on what, season 2?
2
2, right? Yeah.
or season
So
3.
it was like season 2 of the Disney version, but it originally started on Netflix. So, but this season, I just finished watching the finale, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like this show is so awesome, and the season 2 centers on the explosive conflict between Mayor Wilson Fisk, who legalizes his criminal empire and establishes an anti-vigilante task force (AVTF), and Matt Murdock, who rallies allies to resist. The season concludes with Murdock publicly revealing he is Daredevil in court to take down Fisk. So that kind of ruined it for you a little bit,
I'm still watching.
dude,
actually.
you need to watch it. It is like it's got some slow points at first where it's, you know how the show is. It's a little more like detective-y,
storytelling,
like lawyer driven. You know, kind of like that whole thing going on. But man, once it picks up though, you're just like, I need to watch the next episode. And I'm just watching the next episode. So that's why it's good that it's all out, because you can just watch the whole thing. You don't have to wait. Which I kind of like the waiting every week. It kind of gives you something to look forward to and talk about, and I don't binge it and spend 3 hours straight where I'm like, I just watched Daredevil for 3 hours.
Yeah, well, I'd like to binge it, but that's the same way right now.
One more, right? One more is
next week is the last one.
And the boys, that's one we'll have to talk about on the next episode, because we kind of hit on a little bit, but it's almost like this one, like it's finally all out, so we can talk about the whole thing.
Yeah.
But man, it's just a great show. I just love the edginess of it, and the Punisher one just came back out.
Yeah,
dude,
the movie.
He is great playing the Punisher. The what's his John
Bernthal.
Isn't he great though?
Oh yeah,
best Punisher. Yeah, or no?
I like his Punisher, but Tom Jane was the original Punisher. You know,
no, I actually have that movie. I was gonna have it in the background.
Yeah,
the playing. Fantastic. Yeah, so that's a great one too. There was the one. What was the one right after?
I don't know. I didn't.
Was it Warzone or something?
Yeah.
But it's a different guy. I didn't watch it.
I didn't either.
I think that's when Marvel was kind of still trying to figure things out, which they're still trying to figure things out right now. But
always critiquing.
Yeah. But those are our picks. Now the next topic up is Andrew's picks for video games, and this is going to be a really
older video game segment.
Old man video game segment.
Old man video games. Mine were Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. I keep coming across so many good
so let's go to the
memes and stuff that case is.
So we're gonna start with Left 4 Dead, the first one. I'm not gonna lie, I've never played this game.
Never played it.
Nope.
It's nuts.
That's why when I did this, I was like, I'm going off of just what the internet guy, because I remember kind of vaguely seeing the case, just seeing that image. I remember seeing it a store, up on a shelf. But Left 4 Dead is a 2008 first-person shooter developed by Valve South and published by Valve. It was originally released for Windows and Xbox 360 in November 2008, and for Mac OS X in 2010, and is the first title of the Left 4 Dead series set during the aftermath of a zombie outbreak on the east coast of the United States. The game pits its 4 protagonists, dubbed the survivors, against hordes of the infected.
It's great.
So it's got a zombie kind of survival going, and then this is the trailer for the game.
Here they come! Faster, move it, people! Turn around, man! Reloading! Run! Watch my back! Move! Watch out!
Definitely,
closes with the sound of a witch. That's fantastic.
definitely a cool looking game. And there's some little facts that I pulled offline. The pain pills found in game are branded with the Target logo.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Like to have little like Target logos in the game. In the Blood Harvest campaign, the fire used by the survivors at the beginning of the level is actually burning large amounts of money. During early development, the game was called Terror Strike. But it wasn't even called Left 4 Dead. But I think Left 4 Dead's definitely cooler than having the 4 as like the thing,
yeah.
and the hand up on the. So it's cool that games like change like their names, and then you hear their.
Yeah.
Some of the original names are good, but then sometimes you're like, they definitely should have changed that name. So
Well, they hit the nail on the head with Left 4 Dead.
yeah, it's just like just has a cool like vibe to it. And then Mike Patton, lead singer of Faith No More, provided the voice acting of the special infected in the game. It's just really cool to have like an artist. Like it's cool to it's cool to find out who like does like the voices in the game, because you don't really realize it sometimes, and then afterwards you're like, oh yeah, that is that person.
That is him.
Like that is pretty cool. But it's definitely an awesome game.
I'd recommend it.
Yeah.
it's fantastic. The second one was great too.
Would you play it now?
Yeah, 100%.
You would play it like right now, like right in the podcast.
Yep.
No,
I would do it.
I do have an Xbox 360.
If you were
over
like,
there.
we got it queued up, I'd be like, let's get it.
Yeah. Hey, we could pick it up at Evansville Poison Games, I'm sure.
Probably.
It's probably in there.
I think I have a PC version of it at home.
Well, we're not gonna. That's a lot more work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to like
build the PC, and
we'll have like a generator to supply a PC from the early 2000s. I think probably we use all sorts of juice.
It was good though. I always saw Josh playing it, and I was like, dude, what is this? And he was like, Left 4 Dead. He was like, dude, it just came out. Whatever. You would play it. So you could play the game with 4 other people. It's a 4-player game. So you just work together to get to a safe room and survive the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's all kinds of special infected that can come at you. Hunters, smokers, tanks.
You have like a hard mode, or is it just easy?
Oh yeah, there's super hard modes.
Super hard modes?
Yeah.
Are they hard?
I'm telling you, yes. It would be right up your alley for the challenges that you like to beat a game on every.
Yeah, but I also played Black Myth of Wukong. I couldn't get very far because it was too hard.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. There's some games where I'm like, this is too hard.
Yeah. Too challenging. They made it challenging.
This makes my brain hurt. Like playing the new God of War on the hardest mode.
Yeah.
Too hard.
Yeah.
Too hard.
But this game, you could play online. So online, it wasn't like Call of Duty lobbies. It was similar to Call of Duty lobbies, but the way it would work is
you're like, it's not Call of Duty.
4 of you would be survivors, and then the other 4 would be infected, special infected. So you got to play this map.
Oh my gosh, that would be harder.
You have to play the level, and whoever gets the farthest in the level as survivors wins. And then it swaps, and then you're the infected, and you have to stop the other team from getting past where your furthest point. Stop them from beating the level.
That sounds hard.
But it was so dope, because if you use the map to your capabilities, like you could set it up, like work with each other. So someone would become the tank, and that tank is awesome. Dude, just throw stuff, wreck shit. But if you were a smoker, your special ability was you would, like, I don't know, wrap them up with your tongue. And they would be in the air. If you were the tank and you hit them, they could fly off the map and be instantly dead. We called it tank golf.
Tank golf.
Yeah, but it was, you would get in there and decimate lobbies of people. Like, we'd be up all night playing it online. And
you know, the Xbox 360 was a great console, so it has a great like multitude of other games, and we'll have to add this on the list. Maybe I'm not an Xbox guy, but maybe I'll put my Xbox 360 in here and look it up.
Look, play Left 4 Dead.
and I'll add on the list.
Or Left 4 Dead 2.
So the next one up is the Left 4 Dead 2, which is what your other one was.
Yes.
And again, the case is cool. The other one was like green. This one's like yellow. Still got the 4 hands, kind of the little with the missing thumb.
Yeah, it's got the hand, but it's showing more 2.
Yeah.
Versus the 4 from earlier.
Yeah, it's like just
and it came out in 2009.
Isn't that crazy? Just a year right
later.
after they were moving hard. That they're probably making this one while they were making the other one.
Oh yeah,
I bet. But Left 4 Dead 2 is a 2009 first-person shooter game developed by Valve. The sequel to Left 4 Dead and the second game in the Left 4 Dead series, it was released for Microsoft and Xbox 360 in November 2009, Mac OS X in 2010. So again, like 2010, they released both of them for Mac, and Linux in July 2013, which is crazy. Like down the road, someone else was getting it finally. They're like, you can finally play it now.
Yeah, you have permission.
So, set shortly after the events of the original game, a mutating virus known as the green flu has wiped out most of the population. The story follows 4 immune survivors: Coach, Ellis, Nick, and Rochelle. I almost said Rochelle.
Rochelle.
That sounds like a Hispanic name.
Mexican English.
Who travel across the deep south from Savannah, Georgia, to a supposed evacuation zone in New Orleans, Louisiana. Along the way, they navigate ruined environments, battle specialized mutated zombies, and eventually team up with these survivors from the first game. So it's like 2 different areas, and then they kind of like meet up. And then the trailer for this one is also pretty sweet.
Last time I saw my grandmother,
cover your eyes.
She asked me, was I still a praying man? I told her, yes, ma'am. Well, she says, pray harder, 'cause it ain't working. I ain't gonna die waiting on salvation. As long as we still got guns, we gonna fight. And if we run out of bullets, baby, they gonna wish we had.
You can use melee. That sound right there of him hitting that with the pan, it actually makes that sound. Dong. Yeah, it is fantastic. Some of the special zombies, there's one where you're going through like a carnival. The clowns, if you I think if you hit a headshot on a clown, it makes a honk noise from their nose.
Oh, the nose.
Yeah,
oh, that's
and
funny.
it's hilarious.
So Ellis wears a shirt for a club he and his friends made, which is cheeky, unrelated to his love for trucks.
It's called the Bull Shifters.
The rare Jimmy Gibbs Jr. in the Dead Center finale, infamous. I think it's supposed to be race. Jimmy Gibbs Jr. has an extremely rare chance to appear as an uncommon infected, immune to fire, and as tough as a witch.
Yeah,
pretty cool. Like
the witches in the both games, dude. You hear them before you ever see them.
Yeah,
they're just sitting on the ground crying.
Oh, okay.
Now the second game, you got auto shotguns. You might have been able to get them in the first game too, but if everyone called it like double tapping her. So if you walk up, sneak up on her, because you can alert her and she'll just she can rip you to shreds really quick. But you can sneak up on her and blast her twice with a shotgun. It kills her. If you miss, you startle her and she rips you and your whole team to shreds. So
you got a pretty small ratio
to do it, but it could be done. That was always fun.
A chainsaw can eliminate almost every special infected except the tank within 3 seconds. Is that true?
Yep.
Yeah. And the Hard Rain campaign, featuring an unusually high number of witches, up to 20 can spawn in the sugar mill.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's insane.
It's hard.
Yep.
That's crazy. The church safe room survivor in The Passing, voiced by Nathan, was also voices the South in Team Fortress 2. I don't know what that is.
He did the voice for Scout for Team Fortress 2. Team Fortress was a fun game too.
I didn't play a whole lot of like Xbox games. So.
That was, I think I played Team Fortress was, I played that originally on PlayStation.
On PlayStation 3?
No, just PlayStation.
Just first PlayStation?
I believe so.
Oh, really? Is it that old?
Yep.
Oh, I don't remember hearing about that game. A riot shield was originally designed as an unusual melee weapon, but was cut, though it remains in the game files.
Yeah.
The AI director is programmed to make the game harder if survivors stay together, spawning smoker, or easier if they are struggling. Nick was originally conceived as a escaped prisoner who stole his white suit rather than just a con artist. It's definitely it looks like a
game.
pretty like wild game. Like so that's the thing is with Xbox 360, I didn't touch. I think I played like Gears of War, obviously, and like Halo and all the usual, but I didn't have the Xbox. It was at my friend's house. I have one now here, which is one that is on the floor down there, which he tried to overheat so he could get a new one because it was at the end of the time, but it don't work. That you can't hardly overheat them. And I don't have the Ring of Death on it either.
Yeah. Well, that's a plus.
That is a plus. It has something weird where you turn it on and like you play so long in a game and it starts looking like you're playing on an old TV.
Yeah.
Starts looking kind of pixelated.
Gritty.
Yeah, I need to have it actually fixed. But so the next topic up is there wasn't a lot of online games back in the day. So there wasn't a lot of like online gaming back then, because like I remember the PlayStation 2, and I didn't know this, but on the PlayStation 2 Fats, which is the bigger ones, you would have to hook up a thing on the back of it. You had to buy extra to play online, and there wasn't a lot of online at the time because PlayStation 2. Let's see, I probably had internet, but there wasn't like a lot that I could think of that I was playing because it was like still early on, so it was kind of like rare.
Yeah.
To like play them.
A lot of people played online games back in the day on PC. You know what I mean? Like you could.
So when did you have a PC first?
I mean, we had kids.
Because I didn't have one until I was in probably like middle school age.
Yeah, I'd say I was probably about 6 or 7 when we first got a computer.
Isn't that crazy? Like, and then
we played Roller Coaster Tycoon and Elf Bowling and
Roller Coaster Tycoon hits hard, and we've already talked about this before. Yeah. But my friend Kyle had that game, and we'd go over there all the time because he was the one that had the computer. And then when my grandparents got a new one, they gave us their old one, and that's how I first played computer. And like it always had that like load up thing. You always had to do all the things on your computer. But online gaming, like for consoles,
very rare.
See, the PlayStation 3, probably when it started becoming bigger, because that's when like GTA 5 first came out, and that was big on online. It's still big on online now on the PS5. It's crazy to think it's on the PlayStation 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
And I don't know when we're getting the next Grand Theft Auto. If that ever comes up, that'll be a topic on this podcast because
this year
I am wanting to play that game so bad. But online back in the day, there just wasn't a lot. But we had a lot of those, like you put in your. That's how old internet are, is you put in a floppy disk originally to play games, and
Oregon
then
Trail.
Yeah, in school, remember that there was like the room. It had like all the old computers in
circles.
it, and it was like they're like all like tanish looking colors.
Yeah.
They're not like nice. Then it occasionally had a Mac in there, and it was like clear and like had that cool looking outside. I was always like, that is a really cool looking computer. Like, I don't know that it is Apple, but yeah, like Oregon Trail. And then they got like, you would always get in cereal boxes, you would get a game disc for like an online game. You could play them like that too, or you could go on to, I remember going on to websites and playing games on there, like for Cartoon Network online or other stuff. Like it just wasn't a big thing to play online, honestly. Like what you were saying, I think PC gaming, but I've never really like PC gaming.
Yeah,
like,
PC game.
Yeah, I think PlayStation 3 would have been the first like really online that I got.
Mine was probably 360.
You know that Sega Genesis had like an online channel at one point.
Really?
Yeah, this is like a long time ago. So this is like really early on. So I don't know what you could do on it. I never had it, but online just wasn't like it is now. And then like now you can, I mean now
You can do anything.
I could turn it on right now. I could sit here and surf the internet, watch Netflix, like just from my PlayStation 5 over there.
Yep.
Like it's crazy to think how far it's come. And while in the 1990s are remembered for iconic, mostly single player or local multiplayer games, it was a pivotal decade of transition rather than a complete absence of online gaming. Most players experience early 90s through gaming through LAN parties, direct IP connections, and local console rentals. However, the late 90s saw the rise of what does it say?
Foundational online titles.
Foundational, yeah. Sorry, it's kind of like a weird color for some reason. Foundational online titles. So like, you remember how you could rent consoles? I never did, but you could rent them. Like, that's even crazier. But we grew up in the era where the like back in my day, but
back in my day,
we would like oh my god, so many people think that's so funny. But it was like a pivotal era to like go to the next thing of like getting to play online. But you know where like online kind of like you kind of lost something was going to your friend's house and playing games. Like, you remember how many times we would go over there and be like, hey, Andrew, I have this new game. I want you to come over, bring your memory card or whatever, and then we're gonna go and play this. And that's how we would play games. Is we would bring our games over, be so excited about like you spend time with like people in person. So that's why like online gaming kind of, now you have like webcams and stuff, but it's not the same as like physically being like right by your other person and like hanging out. Like it's just it's just a lot.
The world changes
Different now.
So kind of what we were talking about, the rise of the internet adoption.
Okay, so
adaptations to the 90s progressed. Internet access through slow dial-up grew, allowing for increased online capability in games. So like you said, once online gaming started becoming bigger, and I'd say that was mainly like the mid 2000s.
I think when internet increased, because like playing on like some dial-up wasn't really ideal for online gaming if you wanted to listen to
someone calls and kicks you off and you're like,
and this is what I was talking about, is the devices like the Sega Netlink and the Battleview in 1995 in Japan showcase early through limited console online adaptation. So it started in the early 90s, but we're thinking like when you really started playing online was probably like later 90s, early 2000s like era, because like it just wasn't there yet at the time.
PC gaming, Doom, which obviously
by the way, I didn't even notice that until we just took a little break for a second. But
did you see the back of it?
No, I don't think so.
The back of it, so there's just demons on the front, but the back of it's got the Doom Slayer on the back, and I'm like, such a great game.
I actually have it for a PlayStation 1 here. Yeah, like I tried playing it and I was like, I'm not very good at this game.
No,
because it's a little different.
Because
one was like, it's like a different like viewpoint that the other ones are, whereas when you start playing where you're actually like seeing everything. But
They got scary.
So the next topic up is a fun one, and this is now that it's getting close to like summertime and like getting like nice outside, even though here today it's actually raining. You guys don't know that, but root beer floats.
They fucking rule.
Definitely hit back in the day. Now I put a picture up here for like just like it was a good picture because that's my favorite root beer.
A&W.
What's your favorite root beer?
I love A&W too.
You like A&W?
But I like Bargs.
What was the other ones? A&W.
Yeah, Bargs root beer.
There's another one, wasn't there?
There is.
There's an off-brand one too, which one I don't even know what the name of that is. That's like the
still good.
You're on a budget type of thing.
Budget root beer.
Budget root beer. That's what we should talk about. The
what was your struggle soda?
Struggle sodas. The struggle sodas. That's a good topic. But root beer floats, also known as black cows, were allegedly invented in 1893 by Frank J. Wisner in Colorado, who was inspired by the sight of snowy mountain peaks celebrated on August 6th. This classic American treat combined vanilla ice cream with root beer, creating a foamy, sweet, and creamy concoction that remains a summer staple. I love the way that's worded.
Yeah.
Creamy, foamy, sweet. Like it's such a like just really like making
foamy,
me like
sweet and creamy.
Like wanting to have it right now, even though I don't drink.
You're like salivating.
Soda. I mean, I used to like as a kid, I loved root beer. And like the glass that you had in the picture before, that's the same glass that we had. Now, I didn't have a fancy like orange wrap straw right there. Like that's a little extra. But just like the best part was like the top when it would get like frothy and like at the ice cream. And then you got to the bottom. That's where like all the stuff had run down to the bottom.
And it was fantastic. It was a straight sugary shot of whatever the bottom of that was.
Yeah.
You know?
And it was like a treat, you know, like to have it, like it was like a special treat. But it's just crazy that it originated in 1893.
Yeah.
Like, so another origin story. Some say the first ice cream float was made in 1874 by Robert McKay Green in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, when he ran out of ice and used vanilla ice cream instead. I mean, I could see that being a possibility. And there's also a National Root Beer Float Day, which is observed on August 6th.
Oh.
Which I feel like there's a national day for everything. Yeah. But now you know there's a National Root Beer Day, so now you know your root beer day.
It's when you're allowed. If you do it outside of August 6th, you're breaking the law.
You're breaking the law.
Yeah.
Breaking the law.
Yeah.
Breaking the law.
So, congrats, criminals. If you're doing it out of date.
So root beer is definitely root beer floats are definitely cool, and definitely part of like growing up as a kid is like having like root beer floats and everything.
Well, that's sassafras. That's so. Sassafras. There was a sassafras ban. The original root beer was made from the root bark of sassafras plants. In 1960, the FDA banned sassafras oil because it was found to be a carcinogen.
Isn't that crazy? They got banned.
My dad used to take roots from a sassafras. I can't fucking talk today either. Sassafras tree. He'd wash them, cut them up, and then he would make sassafras tea with it. I never really liked the taste of sassafras tea until I realized that was in root beer at one time. Like that's what that part of that flavor of root beer comes from. Then I was like, hey, this tea actually pretty good.
There's a reverse root beer float. Is made with root beer flavored ice cream and vanilla soda.
I'll try it.
Have you ever had that?
No.
That's interesting though. And then beyond the black cow, this is a whole family of drinks, including the purple cow, grape soda, plus vanilla ice cream. Maybe orange soda. Orange soda would be pretty sweet.
It'd be like a dreamsicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The reverse is the reverse one's pretty cool. I think that sounds like that'd be pretty good actually.
I mean, I bet Big Red and
Oh my gosh.
vanilla ice cream would be good.
You sound like Derek over there.
Yeah, dude.
Big Red.
You can't tell me Big Red's not good. Not the gum, the drink.
Yes,
The cinnamon gum, shove it up your ass. I hate it.
The gum would be interesting though in a drink.
Or chew Big Red and eat vanilla ice cream.
In a 2015 survey, 69% of people said they had a positive opinion of ice cream floats.
Good.
I think everybody is
Good.
like, we're all the same, okay?
Yeah.
So we're
The same page.
we don't have to outcast you in it. And if you don't like them, you can still watch this. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're not gonna hate on you.
Yeah. If you don't like them, lie about it. We don't want to hear that negative shit.
The next one up is another one of Andrew's topics, and this is a good one because something that recently happened to my son. But broken bones or stitches, carefree kids. So this is just about being a kid and just going through things, right?
Getting battle scars.
So my son's got a battle scar right now from riding my bike actually, and he cut open his cheek with a big old scar and had to get stitches, which good job for him because he's a bigger person than me because I never had him as a kid. But when I seen that scar, I was like, it's making me feel kind of lightheaded a little bit at first. And I saw him getting those stitches. I was like, man, he's a big, strong man.
Yeah. What a trooper.
Dude,
I've had
12 o'clock at night at the ER and getting stitches and not leaving there until 2 in the morning with the pregnant wife and and also our daughter. I was like, well, what a tough guy. The story he tells is something different, but I'll let him tell people that one
for sure. Yeah.
But he's definitely a true man, and that reminds me of like being a kid and like, so what is something happened to you that was probably a big thing where you got like scars or stitches as a kid?
I had a lot. I've had way too many. I got some on my forehead where hit the corner of mom and dad's waterbed as a kid. Yeah. Here's the thing, man. We were running upstairs.
Oh my gosh.
We were running up our stairs at the time when we lived here in Evansville. And their bed was at the top of the stairs. Like when you rounded the corner, their bed was at the top of the stairs on the left. And me and Josh were running upstairs to watch RoboCop, the TV, like the
TV show. Old school.
Yeah.
Old school.
And Josh pushed me, and he pushed me into the corner of the waterbed, and it just split my dome open, like right across my forehead.
That was probably brutal.
I don't remember much of that other than they had to do the same thing. They had to hold me down to stitch my head because I hated needles and shit.
Well, you said you had to be like strapped down, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. They strapped me down, held me down.
Throw you down to the bed.
But I've had stitches so much in my life that at that point I'm just like, hey, I'd say the worst one was on my leg right here, right by Elon Musk smoking this blunt,
which people can't see.
Yeah, that you can't see. I mean, here he is,
or you know.
But I had hit an old for sale sign in someone's yard.
For sale sign.
Yeah. So remember the old steel ones?
Yeah.
They weren't just the.
So
gosh. We were ding dong ditching, at night, whatever, because that's what we did
for fun.
Yeah, but it was actually someone we knew, so it wasn't like.
That's even better.
Yeah, we weren't waking old people up in the middle of the night.
What's that Adam Sandler movie where he's like in his underwear?
Billy Madison.
And he's like,
yeah, don't put it out with your boots, Dad. Steps on that bag of flaming shit. Yeah, we didn't do that. Should have done that, but
the funny thing is he was in his underwear.
Yeah, but no, I hit this metal for sale sign right on my shin, and I was like, man, that first it hurt, and then I didn't feel anything. So I knew there was a problem.
Yeah.
I ran like a block and a half home, got up on the front porch, and could see that my shoe that I had on was just overflowing with blood. I was like, that's not good. I took my shoe and sock off, went in the house. That's when I had to assess. I was like, man, I got to see what happened. I pulled my pant leg up, and all I could see was flesh hanging off, and I could see my bone. I was like, I started to freak out, but I mean, shit, dude, we went through Boy Scouts. We were taught not to go into shock, how to, survival shit. So I just washed it. I washed it off, closed it up, tied a towel around it, and kind of sat there for about 3 hours before my dad got home.
That's wow.
But I
don't have anything like that.
Oh,
like,
it was awful.
Like yours, like where it's super intense.
Mangled, yeah. I got to touch my own bone. Not that one.
When I was little, you remember the Razor scooters?
Oh yeah.
Not the kind you like people have like motorized now. They're like real fancy. But like the kind you push, and we'd always do the tricks and try to jump, and there was how like sidewalks they would like meet where like there was like a slope up and it was like kind of a little higher. I tried to jump it, and I caught it the corner, and I flipped and I fell like face first into the ground. And the weirdest thing is I didn't hurt my nose, but I had like looked like somebody took like rocks up on my forehead, and I chipped half of my front tooth all the way off, almost to the point where it was too far down. Almost had to have the whole thing removed. So I had to have part of that fixed, and I don't remember much. Just remember the maintenance guy at the apartments having to get my mom because my mom was at the park with my sister nearby. And this is like when you would just kind of like roam around. You didn't really, people weren't like worried about you getting like abducted and like all
free
that
range.
But so that's where like carefree kids kind of plays in with it. But the other one would probably be over by here. I was riding, not here recently, but when I was trying to think like middle school, maybe. Yeah, I think like late middle school. And I was crossing the road, and I looked one way but didn't look the other way, which looked both ways for one out there.
Always look both ways.
And a car was just going, and they just clobbered me, and my knee dented this lady's fender like pretty bad, and then the whole mirror's like hanging off, and she's like freaking out. I'm like a street over from my house, and I remember like looking, and then all of a sudden I'm like blacked out. Then I wake up, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, what happened? My bike rims all bent, and I didn't have a helmet on, which I probably should have, or knee pads. So I was like, I didn't break anything, but it was like really sprained. But
yeah.
I've never had anything where I've had to have like stitches except for having my wisdom teeth taken out, and that's different. So like nothing like accidents. I mean, I've had like a scar over here from riding my bike, and like a tree branch hanging down, and it just went all the way up my arm.
But you've never had to have it like stitched up, or it's just cuts and scrapes?
I just had cuts and scrapes, so like nothing super wild,
Yeah, I mean, I broke my arm when I was 2.
I've never broken anything either.
Twist fractured. I mean, it kind of like going back what we were talking about before this. The anesthetic, like being put under anesthesia, both. When I had that gastric surgery, they put me under. I'm telling you, man, when they put that anesthesia in you, you have about 30 to 40 seconds before you're just out. And the last time I did it, they were like, count back from 30.
Oh, so you would go to sleep.
And I was like, okay. I started counting. I looked at the clock, and I noticed the clock had barely moved what I had counted. And I looked at the nurse, and I was like, peace out. Like, yo, it's already here, dog. I'm out. And that was when I had my first colonoscopy. They were like, try to roll over before you fall asleep, because I was way heavier back then. Now they could just probably chuck me over and have the camera in my ass before my stomach hits the table. But just like with my surgery, when I had the gastric sleeve done, they were like, hey, well, why don't we just have tell me about this. while the anesthetic kicks in. And I'm like, hey, bro, I already feel this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's probably better.
See you guys in a couple hours.
It's probably better that you were out for it because you don't want to be awake during.
No way. But you do wake up from colonoscopy. You wake up feeling fantastic. I did. I felt like it's that 30 minutes I was out felt like I slept for 3 days straight and was like, yo, this is awesome.
So I think this kind of plays into what we were talking about is 90s kids are often remembered as carefree because their childhoods were defined by unsupervised outdoor play, limited technology, and a free range lifestyle. Without smartphones or social media, 90s kids built days around riding bikes, watching cartoons, meeting friends in person under the street until the street light came on, which talking about that,
yeah.
I mean, my kids been riding our bikes here recently, so I'm out there rolling around on my old school hoopty on Goose. And yeah, and my neighbor was the other day, by the way, talking about that. He was like, aren't you too old to ride? I was like, I'm never too old to ride this. I'll ride this thing until I'm like
till the wheels fall off.
80 years old probably. I'll be out there, get lost one day or something. But it's just like until the streetlights came on. So that's like our like rule of thumb. I was like, oh, the streetlights are on him. My son was like, what's he say? He's like, oh, back in the day, your mom would be mad if you got. I was like, my mom would be mad if I got home. Like if I got home when it was too dark, my mom was worried about me.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was like, but that's kind of that like carefreeness of like being a kid is like not having all the technology and like just enjoying life, you know. And that's one thing you need to like focus on. That's why anytime they want to ride, even if I'm like, man, I don't really riding right now, I'm a little tired today, I'm like, I'm gonna get them out there because I want them to be outside and like do things. I love seeing my kids outside. My wife sent me a picture of my kids and it was so awesome because I had my mongoose I was riding and I have the pegs on the back and I said, hey, hop on here, Eli. And he hopped up on there and we were riding around. I was like, can you imagine, remember being a kid and like you got all your friends on your bike and your one's on the front, on the pegs on the front, one's on the back. And she sent me a picture of my daughter on the back of his bike and he was doing the same thing. I was like, that's so awesome. I was like, that's like
full circle
special moments that you have to like really like soak in because you're like, eventually they'll be older and they won't ride bikes as much and but I just hope they remember like all the things I've told them about me growing up and how I used to do things, because you have to like, those things don't like cost like everything does, you know. Just enjoy the things. Being outside is just so nice and like relaxing and like just it brings back memories of just exploring, like just going places, getting lost, having to figure your way back, or riding so far you're like, man, I'm too tired to ride back, but I gotta get back there.
I gotta get home.
Riding back is easier, but just like the carefree kids thing, I love when kids are just outside just playing and just having an awesome time. Like there's this kid down the street, he keeps coming outside when we're outside and he's got no shoes on, no socks on, riding his bike. And I'm like, dude, my feet would be hurting, but more power to you, kid. He's just out there just hustling on his bike. I was like, he's just being a kid, man, just enjoying being a kid, like getting to like carefree. He gets a cut on his foot because he's been riding that thing raw on his feet. He don't care.
He gonna learn that lesson.
I'm not gonna do that. No. Especially with remember the pedals that weren't plastic and were actually metal, and those would
split your shins right wide open,
smack you right in the shin and like cut you right open. But like carefree kids, man, it's just crazy to think all the things that we've experienced and all that time as a kid. Survival skills are high for sure. So the next one up is one of my favorite ones because this was one that was fun to put together, but we're gonna do the top 5 90s McDonald's glasses, and not like glasses like sunglasses, like the cups that you would go to McDonald's when you would go there, and like
specialty glasses.
You would buy them because you're like, this is where I can get this cup and I'm gonna own it. So the first one up is number 5, the 1990s McDonald's Hunchback of Notre Dame glasses, and I didn't have these. But when I saw the picture of them, I'm like, these are pretty sweet looking.
Yeah.
Like,
You remember them?
I remember when Notre Dame came out, and that was a big movie back in the day. Like, it was just that like 90s like vibe going on with like the music and just the art style. And but these glasses just are really cool. Like, they just have cool artwork on them, and they got the cool looking handles. Then number 4 up is the 1990s McDonald's Nutcracker Christmas glasses, and I didn't have these at my personal house, but I remember these at my grandma's house, because your grandma always had the cups like this, or had like the cups off of the jelly and jam. Remember, like, used to have those little like glass things, but these ones were at my grandma's house. I wouldn't probably own these because these are a little bit, they're not really like I like
your vibe.
But I could see them being in the top 5 for sure. And then number 3 up is the 1996 Disney World 25th anniversary glasses. And I remember these at my grandma's house as well, because I just like the artwork and like the pastel, like the looking colors and all the different stuff on the cups. And it's crazy that you see something and it just really like brings you back to like getting a glass out of your grandma's house, or like just like old school vibes. And then number 2 up is a big one.
Yeah.
The 1993 Flintstone movie glass mug. Do you remember that like barbarian kind of like looking handles?
Viking-ish.
Like, yeah. The 2 on the right, I think the ones we had at my parents' house. I don't have these ones here. And then the next one up is gotta be number 1. And this is one to this day I still use at my house, is the 1995 Batman Forever glass mugs. And I still have these upstairs, and I'm still using them. My kids still use them for ice cream and like drinks, and they love using them. The
for root beer float.
Riddler one, the Batman, the Two-Face, the Robin, they're all, I love how the Two-Face has like the coin that's like the handle.
Yeah.
It's like flipping. And then the Riddler is his like hook, like just the whole thing. It's just so nostalgic to like 90s era. And you see these at like flea markets all the time. I only have one set, and I was gonna bring it down here, but I forgot. But we still use these. Like, to this day, you go to my house, you're drinking out of something from the 90s, like not something from the 80s where we had like lead issues. Yeah, but
asbestos cups.
Yeah, we don't have those because I don't want to get that. But man, that was a great list, and like that was more of an AI built list. But I kind of like looked at it and I was like,
I do remember these.
Those are all like really nostalgic to like McDonald's, like just going to McDonald's and getting those cups, and like how special it was, and how you remember seeing them up in your cabinet, or like you had like the plastic cups from McDonald's. But I just wanted to hit the top 5 McDonald's ones because there's some cool ones out of the, we'll do like 2000s probably next maybe. But is, who out there remembers your landline phone number from when you were a kid, the number you had? So did you have the same one?
No. I mean, when we moved from Cynthiana to Poseyville, the number changed.
I still know mine. It was 812-471-2983. That's not our number now, so you can't call me now, but we had that number forever.
I remember both our Cynthiana and Poseyville phone numbers. I remember my aunt's Poseyville phone number.
And you know what's crazy is back then, like, your phone number was like how people got a hold of you. You didn't have a cell phone until like your house phone, like you said, like the beeping noise when you would get you would call and nobody was there, and then you'd be sitting there listening to the answering machine, and it would be over there.
It'd be my dad saying, "I know you're there, motherfucker."
My mom recorded their answer machine because telemarketers will call.
Yeah.
So she recorded one that says, "If you're a telemarketer, we do not want any." And
Hell yeah.
I was like, my mom was tired of all the
She was
selling
laying it down, dude.
she was not
piss
playing.
off.
And then when your answering machine was full,
Yeah.
no one's getting a hold of you then.
Nope.
And that's crazy. They had to catch you when you were home,
Yeah.
or know that you were home to see your bike on your patio, or just wherever.
You knew where everyone was by the bikes in their yard.
Yeah, it's just like the landline thing though. It's just crazy how that sticks in your head, because I remember having a phone book of all your people you want to get a hold of, and you just call them, and maybe you don't get a hold of them because maybe they're busy or they're not home, or maybe they're playing online gaming like we're talking about, and you just kick them off, or
they're doing something.
But it's just crazy to think about man, just like landline phone numbers were just so important to like growing up in the early 90s, because that's how you would get a hold of people. I remember our address book would have like people's numbers, and then if you got mail, you would peel off their address and put it in there, because that's how you would like hang on to it and be like, I don't, they move, or maybe they get a new phone number, but this is the most current one. Yeah, because you didn't have like, you couldn't get on like internet early on, or like other things. Yeah, you couldn't be like on your Yahoo. That's actually something I just recently saw on this other podcast. If your email address is at Yahoo or at Hotmail, you're one of the OGs on the internet. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I still have a Yahoo.
Yeah, I do too.
Email, and I'm I'm one of the OGs. That's like, I didn't realize that one of the OG internet people.
Hell yeah.
I think if your email address doesn't have a number after it, you're like one of the original. You don't have to add on a bunch of stuff. You're one of the OGs.
If it's like your name and followed by a number, I think that's pretty OG.
Well, I won't tell people mine.
Or if you're 420 fart 69, you're an OG.
Well, I know yours. You're one for your Gmail.
Yeah.
But without that type it in.
Yeah.
But
it's in our notes anyway. My phone numbers, but the Cynthiana was 963-9280. And then when we moved to Poseyville, our phone number was 874-1919.
Now here's a question for you. What's your girlfriend's number?
Mallory's phone number?
Yeah.
7. Lucky number 7.
So isn't it crazy that remembering numbers now isn't the same?
Yeah.
Because you don't have to remember like you used to.
I don't have to type it. I don't have to dial it constantly.
But I think that's what like
muscle memory.
Kept that muscle memory up, was like, picking that phone up and beep 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 beep, and then it go.
Or if you had a dial phone.
Oh, that was even worse.
I like those. Those were cool. We had an old school one. Dad did that it looked like an older phone. So when it rang, you picked up the earpiece, but it was also the microphone. But it looked like the little microphone on the old phone box.
Yeah.
And I was like, does this actually work? And he was like, no, it's just the look of it. And I'm like, well, that's dumb as shit.
For nostalgia.
Yeah, whatever. Like, sorry you were alive when the first phones were made, because you weren't.
So you were alive? Or that grandpa?
Yeah.
I actually met your dad the other day. That was pretty cool to meet your dad. He's funny.
He can be a dumb dick. I'm just kidding. He's my dad. I love him.
It's interesting to meet people's parents and to see where they come from. You know? I think it's kind of. I think you met my dad, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you met my dad. I'm trying to remember when that was, but yeah, just like it's just crazy how like the number like just hangs out in your head and you just remember that number and you can just recite it so easily because you used to tell your friends, like what you said, it was just muscle memory, just over and over, just telling people your number, and like, if you want to get a hold of me, that's how you get a hold of me. But you got to catch me.
Yeah, if my bike ain't in the front yard, I'm not home.
And then you're gone. Then it's like you're just out there.
Yeah, I know people would come by the house and be like, "Hey, is Josh and Andrew here?" And my dad would be like, "I don't see their bikes outside. They're probably not."
It's so crazy. Like we weren't even worried about it.
No, I mean we had people. We had a no knock policy at our house where like if you knocked on our front door, that's why I tell people that come to my house now, don't knock.
I know you
know
did
what I
it the
mean?
other day because
You don't have to knock.
I'm so used to like hitting a doorbell or like knocking. I feel like intrusive to like just walk in.
No.
I'm like
No, if you're one of my people, you don't have to knock.
But
Come to my house.
but if you're not,
No,
you're knocking.
Yeah, if strangers knock. But that was it, dude. My stepmom she'd be sitting there on the couch watching TV, and front door would open, close, and she'd turn around. There's 3 random kids just hanging out in my living room, and we're like, you guys can come in, like we're back here. Like if we were out back or something, we'd be like, just come on through. Don't stand there awkwardly, dickhead. Just keep moving. You're gonna scare my stepmom. keep pushing forward. But we had a kid, Keegan. Man, he lost his brother when we were in high school, and Keegan growing up, like he embodied who his brother was to us, man. A lot of love to them. He would just come over and hang out, dude. There'd be times where his mom would call, and I'd be sitting downstairs. I'd just get home from riding my bike around town or whatever. I'd come home, eat dinner, phone would ring. I'd be like, hello. She'd be like, hey, it's Sue. Is Keegan there? And I'd be like, I don't know. Give me a second. And I'd holler upstairs. I'd be like, Keegan, you up there? And he'd be like, oh shoot. He'd be up there playing my Xbox or something, man. And like, I never knew the kid was there. You know, my dad was like, I didn't know he was here either, but like he's more than welcome. Like, kid would come in, grab a little bowl of chips, grab a glass of sweet tea, go upstairs and play my Xbox, and I never even knew it was there. I was like, make yourself at home, dude. Like, doesn't bother me a bit.
That's a little funny because like that's not like that now, you know, as much.
No.
Like it's or like more like word.
Yeah. I mean, well, you never know what's going on, you know. Dead.
Well, we didn't know back then. We were just living on.
We just didn't give a shit.
Hopes.
Yeah. I hope I go over to Jimmy's house and his mom's made like pigs in a blanket and I can snag one. Stuff like that. That's what I was worried about.
Real good times.
Yeah. Carefree.
Well, the next one
balls.
is Koosh. Who remembers Koosh from back in the day? I don't think that's a listed picture, but the color combinations is what really hits. And when I was looking for an ad for this, because I love old school ads, I found one, but it's not for just a regular Koosh. So we're gonna go to that commercial break.
Wow, Danielle, you really love Kooshlings. Yeah, Jody, they're cool.
Do you remember those two?
Guess what? Now there's Wild Times Kooshlings. Way cool. They're into the same stuff we are. Yeah, Larissa, let's roll. Hey, he's ticklish. Party down, Peter. Time for some Z's. Go, Kooshlings! Wild skateboarding tongue. If you really want a wild time, you want Wild Time Kooshlings. Each sold separate.
Was it?
And the girl from Full House.
Makes sense.
But it's just crazy to think like they were in that ad, because when I saw that and the little Kooshlings, I remember those. I didn't really have them. I had a Koosh ball, because the Koosh ball was like you had the little like tennis rackets, you could hit them back and forth, or you had the little Kooshlings, which are like little like people with like Koosh ball body. But the Koosh ball was invented in 1986 by Scott Singler to help his children catch. Became a massive 1990 sensation with 50 million sold by 1994, known for its unique rubbery, spiky texture and signature Koosh sound. Upon landing, it became a beloved sensory toy, often considered the pre-internet era's fidget spinner. Because it was cool. You was literally just kind of do it back and forth, and like it was just a fun little like cool little thing. And it's just cool that the guy created it so that his kids could learn how to catch.
Yeah.
Because it's not like super like we're just gonna like knock you out like a baseball. But the Koosh ball is definitely like a 90s era thing that you've seen at somebody's house. It's like one of those things that you would just come across wherever you were. It was named Koosh because of the sound it makes when it lands, a satisfying, soft Koosh noise.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. And I think it's crazy that it sold 50 million units
By 1994.
with over 50 products in the line, including keychains and pinned footballs.
It's crazy.
Just crazy. And the inventor's company Odds On was acquired by Hasbro in 1997, though they are currently licensed by Basic Fun. The smell, do you remember the like smell of them? Kind of had like a unique, like rubbery. Many 90 kids remember the rubbery smell of the brand new Koosh ball, which many felt compelled to squeeze instantly.
Yeah. Or you'd have people that would rip them off. Like, get the fuck off my scooter.
Oh, that's just a jerk move. We don't do that. Yeah, that's a.
Get off my shit.
You don't rip them off. That's not cool. Because what would be underneath? Just a little bouncy ball, I guess, kind of.
Just a little piece of plastic.
While officially a ball, they were used as stress relievers, pre-fidget spinners, dodgeballs, pull toys, and even as soft alternatives to throw at siblings. You throw them at your siblings.
Yeah. Hit your brother with that.
Teachers in the 90s often confiscated them because kids were constantly throwing them at each other or simply fiddling with the strings. So I didn't have any teacher take. I didn't take it to school, but I feel like teacher taking stuff would have been like Pokemon cards for us, or tech decks.
Yeah,
because we're always at school.
Get your action figures.
Tech deck. The classic Koosh consists of hundreds of rubbery elements, often described as a mix of porcupine and a jello attached to a thinner soft cone. While the original ones are iconic, special editions include Koosh Critters, or large 4.5-inch mono version.
Mondo.
That's a
Mondo boys.
Can you imagine a giant Koosh ball?
Yeah.
Like jumbo. That'd be wild. Like rolled around.
Yeah. Kick it at someone.
It might take out a window or something, probably. Because it's so massive. Due to their soft nature, they are often used for indoor play and for quietly learning to juggle without making noise on the floor. So they're definitely cool. Definitely a like 90s type of toy. And like we like love our like 90s toys and little fidgety things that we'd play with. It's funny, we didn't think of them as like fidget spinners because we were just playing with stuff, but they are.
They were essentially pre fidgets.
Ours are way cooler than fidget spinners. So this next one up is an important topic for like growing up in the 90s, and that's it. And that's, who remembers finding bugs as a kid and like all the like outdoor play we used to do where we would go outside, and this was part of like being outside and like exploring the world. Was like, you remember like capturing like lightning bugs at like night, and you would always get them in a jar and then they would die the next day because you either didn't put holes in them or they're not meant to be inside.
Yeah, you're not supposed to put them in jars.
You talk about that. Did you know the lightning bug population was like kind of like going down for a while?
Yeah,
probably because of our generation is we almost outcasted them. But like they're back now, and I love being at night and like seeing them. I remember being at night and like grabbing them and putting them in your hand and like clicking at them.
Yeah.
And if you grab too hard, you like smash them, which you try not to do. But
and your hands glue in the dark. And you're like,
oh yeah, you're like
everyone's like murder.
Like capturing like ladybugs.
Yeah.
Or like
crickets. We'd always catch crickets.
Those are hard to catch.
We'd always catch crickets and throw them in spider webs.
Oh.
Be like, feed these spiders.
Did you ever catch any spiders?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
What about roly-polies?
Roly-polies. Another one, yeah.
But did you ever have that like plastic case thing that you would like keep them all in? No? So my friend had that, and we would like go out and like capture them, and there's like little plastic little lid. It was like clear, and then the top was like a clear color-ish on top. but it had like little air vents and everything. We would put like little grass in there, little dirt.
Yeah.
And like you would just have fun, like just being outside and just finding bugs and like getting your hands dirty and like not worried, you know.
Being gross.
Pissing
outside.
Picking your nose. No. That's what my brother-in-law, his son, does at our house.
Picks your nose?
No.
Picks his nose? No.
He's outside.
Yeah, he picks your nose.
He's outside.
Yeah.
Because he lives in like the country area. So he just goes out and goes to the bathroom and just pees.
I mean, that's
just normal. That's what
we did.
Finding bugs as a kid is a classic hands-on exploration of nature that fosters curiosity, patience, and scientific observation, often starting in backyards, under logs, or among flowers. Essential tools include magnifying glasses, bug catchers, and notebooks for recording, while common finds include roly-polies, worms, beetles, and spiders. I didn't really catch any spiders. I was too worried about getting it. So this next topic up is a good one, and that's who remembers doing sleepovers at your friend's house.
Yep.
And like how often you did that. And like this picture is like in the early like 90s. You see like the like Mario on N64 in the background. Everyone on the floor, uncomfortable for me now would be laying on the floor with no bed. But everyone's just got their shoes off, just hanging out, chilling, been playing video games all night.
Mm-hmm.
So
eating pizza or bagel bites.
So I had a bunk bed, which is one of our topics from the other episode, and we would have like sleepovers, and you would like play games at your friend's house or listen to music or just like hang out with your friends so much that you wanted to stay the night.
Yeah.
And your parents would like allow you to, and then you know, because you always have to ask. You have to ask their parents and your parents, like if you know blah blah blah. So stay with it, you can, and then you would stay the night, and then you would hang out, and then you would wake up in the morning and either like ride your bike back home, or your parents would pick you up, but it was just like the experience of like a sleepover was just so much fun and just something you really like look forward to doing. And I probably spent so much time at someone else's house just doing sleepovers at people's houses, just hanging out, waking up early, hanging out all day and playing games, riding your bike, finding, you know, just whatever you could find to do, like pre-internet and like pre-having a phone and all that stuff. But it was just, sleepovers were definitely a big part of like childhood. Just the like activity in itself was just so much fun, man. Just like, wouldn't it be fun to like be an adult and have a sleepover?
We can.
I used to, back in the day at my friend's place, I would just go to his house and I'd just stay the night. His parents were like that too. You would just kind of just, they're real cool and chill. You'd wake up and they'd offer you food or whatever. It was just like the whole experience is just like, you can as an adult. It's just a lot different when you're like
a kid. Yeah,
when you're a kid, it's just like, it's something about like the funness of like doing it, and like
it was more spur of the moment.
Yeah, like, hey, you know, Mom.
Now you have to plan it. And
that's like, where knowing your landline number, you'd have to call your parents from your friend's house, and you have to be, hey, are you okay if I stay the night? You'd have to run home and grab your clothes or whatever. Yeah. And then
or they bring you clothes and
just like the whole man, like sleepovers were so much fun. Like I remember just doing them as a kid, and it's just a really big part of being a
growing up
kid was just having sleepovers and just hanging out at your friend's house and having a good time.
Yeah. Making pallets on the ground of blankets to sleep on.
So I had like a futon bed like thing that we would actually lay on, but definitely some good times though, having sleepovers back in the day. But 90s sleepovers were defined by renting VHS tapes from Blockbuster, eating pizza, playing MASH, prank calling, often with little actual sleep. Essential elements include staying up all night, eating junk food, wearing cozy pajamas, and sharing secrets, often in sleeping bags on the living room floor.
Yeah.
So definitely just some good times, man. So something I didn't talk about that's going to be at the end of this is episode, I think it's 16 and 13. weren't on Spotify for a while because I had to fix some like block issues and stuff. So those are now currently live. So if you guys would go over and like watch them if you want now, and you can like them and comment anything on them and
Call them secret episodes.
give us a review. Yeah, they were secret for a while because I couldn't figure out why I was getting no views. And then I figured I was like, these are not actually on. I can see them, but you guys can't see them.
Yeah.
So I got those fixed, and those are back up online. And be sure to follow us on everything, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the shorts, all the long forms.
Follow me to work.
That should be a segment on here, is our drive to work.
Yeah.
But definitely just a great episode. I always love hanging out with Andrew, and
sure.
I love having him as a friend, and I love that I'm lucky enough in life to have a great friend that I can call about anything. And like this year has been like definitely wild. Like this last episode, my son going to the hospital and getting stitches, and just life being life. And
life and
it's definitely been a crazy ride, and I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else than Andrew. And it's definitely a great time, and I love your guys' like support on here and everybody that comments on stuff. I love getting to like read them and see all the like positive vibes that we're giving you guys out there, because life is just too short to not enjoy it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and be sure to like tell your friends about us, or like whoever you want. If you like it, man, just spread the love and spread it out there. And be sure to
promote positivity,
like and subscribe, and promote. Where am I talking today? Shoot, we're all kind of little blooper reels out of this one.
The weather, baby.
Yeah, it must be my brain or something. But this has been just a great time. Like just good, positive vibes. And until next time, peace out, guys.
Peace soup.